Hello, everybody. It's me, Shannon LaBriere. I am live and loving it tonight. It is Sunday, July 19th, and it is a delight and a pleasure to be with you tonight. Thank you for jumping in to Thrive and Change, to Sunday Night Live. It's going to be a great night. For those of you who are keeping track, it is going to be hashtag trust the process tonight. Hashtag trust the process. That's the Thrive principle we're going to be leaning into today. The emphasis on leaning in, because that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. What does it mean to lean in? The little tease I dropped on social media was the question, what do you do when your stomach has butterflies in it, your heart is going a million beats a minute, you can hardly breathe, and you feel like the whole world is staring at you, waiting for you to totally flop? What do you do? I'm going to tell you what to do, but not quite yet. Not quite yet. We're going to wait just a minute. First, I want to tell you, let me fix that. I want to tell you that this week I was out at Ray's in Croswell, partnering with Missy Bobo, the owner of Ray's, and also the owner of Thumb Roast Coffee. And I was out there for a women's networking meeting, which was phenomenal. It was profoundly moving. I was blown away by the people who were there and how they leaned in to the process of getting a little bit of a fresh start on 2020. It was powerful. And so, Missy, thank you so much for hosting that for the people in the Blue Water area of Michigan and the Thumb. It's just a great blessing. And also, while I was there, I picked up a pound of Sanilac Sunrise. So for those of you who are not within driving distance of Croswell, Michigan, and actually in this day of age, you're all technically within driving distance. Well, if you live overseas, you're not. But everybody on the contiguous 48 states and Mexico and Canada, technically, you are within driving distance of Ray's and Croswell, and that is where you can pick up your Thumb Roast coffee. But if you'd rather not drive, you can go to thumbroastcoffee.com. And if you type in Thrive when you place your order, you will get 15% off. And I encourage you to do it because it's great coffee. It's great coffee, and Missy and her team are doing great things, not just in the Thumb, but across the United States, because that's how it is nowadays, right? We can use the internet. We can sell great coffee to people all across the United States and the world. It's a pretty beautiful thing. What a great time to be alive. It's really true. So let me see. I'm going to welcome Tammy. Tammy is here. So glad. For those of you who are new to the Sunday Night Live broadcast, let me tell you how this works. You drop in the comments, hey, I'm here. Say where you're from. Share with us that you're here and watching and you're leaning in. Let us know what's going on in your world. If you've got a question, type it in there, because we're going to go through those comments and I'll make sure that your question gets answered either during the broadcast or afterwards. But that comment stream is the place where you can really get involved and make this more of a two-way conversation. And for those of you who are into it, you can hit emojis. So like if you really love something, hit that emoji, heart. I love to see the hearts. It makes me so happy. So yeah, just lean in to tonight's broadcast. Take a deep breath. Open your heart and your mind to maybe, just maybe, learn something new. And let's get started. I can't wait. All right. So, I'm all about sharing my journey. And I'm going to be transparent with you this evening in the hopes that you can see a little bit of yourself in me. Because as much as I'd love to think that I have everything nailed and I am totally over things like fear and the terror barrier and getting nervous, I'm not. I still am doing those things. I'm still human, people. So to err is human, right? Trust me, I'm human. And so my journey this week has been a roller coaster, just a roller coaster. So how many of you have been on a roller coaster? Give me a thumbs up if you have. If you've been on a roller coaster, if you've been on one, that's good. If you've been on bunches, that's awesome. And so while you're chiming in, just hit yes in the comments if you've ever been on a roller coaster. Mary Edwards, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. Tammy Beck, so glad you jumped in. Mary's here from Fenton, Michigan, so that's awesome. Tammy, I think, is in Leonard, Michigan, so we've got some Michiganders. And the grandkids are listening, watching. Tammy, that's fantastic, because I'll tell you what, we're going to talk a little bit about my granddaughter tonight. Kids get this. Kids get what we're going to talk about tonight. And then somehow as we grow up, we start forgetting it. So kids, you're there, you encourage your grandma. You let her know that this is the right thing. What I'm talking about, you get it. All right, so we're talking about roller coasters. If you've ever been on a roller coaster, this experience isn't just the roller coaster. Isn't it really the wait in line? I mean, isn't it really? Doesn't the whole experience of going on the brand new roller coaster, doesn't it really start while you're waiting in that really long line at the amusement park? Maybe you're at Disney World and you're getting ready to go on the rock and roller coaster, and like this happened to me, and you're just going snaking around that line, and as you get closer and closer to the unknown, you start feeling this thrill. Are you hearing me? Have you ever done this? Getting ready to get on that roller coaster, or maybe you were going to go on the zipper at the carnival. Do not, grandchildren, do not go on the zipper at the carnival. Carny rides are not safe. I'm just saying, they're not. Don't do it. But Disney World or Cedar Point, that's my local amusement park. Some of you are laughing, I can see. Yeah, so waiting in line for the roller coaster, you're feeling that anxiety, that nervous excitement, right? And you're waiting in the line. The closer and closer you get, the more you can feel it. But it's thrilling, isn't it? I mean, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to do it. So then a lot of times, if you were like me, especially as a teenager, we'd be doing things like this. You know what? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And then we'd like get ready to go, and our friends would be, no, come back. You can do it. You can do it, Shannon. You can do it. Come on. You can do it. You got to do it. You've got to do it. You guys have had friends who did that, right? You tried to chicken out and they were just with you saying, no, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. So what happens when you get ready to get into that car on the roller coaster? Sometimes you got a friend shoving you, for sure. At least for me, I wasn't just jumping in all anxious, like, yes, we're going to do this. I'm feeling the apprehension. I don't know if this is a good idea. This is kind of scary. But I get in because I've got some people around me, right? And we buckle up, and then the anticipation going up that first hill. It's so exciting. You hear the people screaming. You see people out of your peripheral vision, and they've got their arms in the air like this, right? And you're clutching. I'm clutching, because I've never been on this thing before. I'm not sticking my arms in the air. Are you kidding me? I could die. And when you get to the top of that hill, and that moment before whoosh, you go down, it's exhilarating. It's exhilarating. That is a great picture of what it is like when we are growing and when we are trying new things. That is a great picture of it. And this week, I lived that out. This week is the week I launched a new program. It's called the Livestream Leadership Program. And I did a founding members launch. And so what that means is that I actually put it out there to you, to all of the people who are on my email list, people who follow me on social media. If you have liked the Thrive and Change page, or if you're a member of the Sunday Night Live group, you've seen my post that tells you a little bit about this. But what I've done is I've launched a program before it's totally baked. All right. And that made me nervous. It just felt nerve-wracking. Like I want to have this all perfect before I launch it. But I did it anyway. I did it anyway. And what I decided to do was do what's called a founding members launch, so that people who wanted to help me to flesh this thing out and we could grow together in it, so that they would be able to jump in at a really, really affordable monthly fee and jump in and help me, give me feedback, help me do something totally new and cool. And as that day was approaching, I was going to hit the button on Friday to announce it. My live stream leadership mastermind were the first to know. I told them on Thursday night because I feel like they were already sort of in that zone. Anyway, as I was building up to that launch to announce this new program, I was feeling like I was waiting in line for a roller coaster. My heart, every time I thought of it, my heart would just start racing, and I would feel like I need to take a deep breath. I kept looking off, like, I need to be calm. What do I need? I need something to calm me down. I drank way too much pop, way too much coffee. That didn't help, by the way. That is not a solution. Just so you know, people. Delicious coffee, yes, but too much of it, not a solution to being nervous. But nevertheless, I did it. All of this in anticipation for making an announcement about a program that is going to help people who want to lead themselves and others well. It's going to help them be confident. It's going to help them be effective. It's going to help them be inspired. There is nothing not to like about this program. It's never been done before the way I'm doing it. And there's nobody actually who knows what it's supposed to look like. So how could it be wrong? And yet that anxiety building. But I'm going to tell you what part of my journey has helped me so much. I've had people who supported my vision and my dream right alongside me, like those girlfriends pushing me into the car on the roller coaster, right? You can do it, Shannon, get on. Pushing me into that car so that I can get past that terror barrier, that fear, that terror barrier that when you lean on it, just goes away. And so I had people around me who loved me and care about me, who support my vision, who are positive, not negative, who tell me that I'm doing great, who tell me the truth if I need to shift a little something, or if I'm getting too crazy. I've got people around me in my inner circle that have my dream at their heart. They want me to succeed. And I have a coach. And my coach was so helpful this week. We talked, we meet virtually. Actually, we meet on a phone call. We don't even see each other's faces. We had our weekly phone call, and we walked through, why am I launching the Livestream Leadership Program? What about it is going to add value to people? What is actually going to happen when I announce it? What's the worst case scenario? And she talked me into getting into that roller coaster car. After all of the anticipation and the preparation, I've been preparing for months to do this launch, to launch this program so that leaders can be more confident and feel effective, not stay awake at night wondering what to do next, right? This is my heart and my passion. I've been preparing, but I needed somebody there at the end to say, you can do this. Let's talk it out. You've got it. It's going to be great. And if it's not, you're going to learn something new and you'll keep going because it's worth it. I had a coach who helped me. I had a coach to help me lean in. If you've got a pen and paper, and I hope you do, I want you to write this down. Lean in. Lean in, as in lean. I promised I would tell you, what do you do when you're getting ready to try something new and those butterflies in your stomach make you feel like you're going to have to go to the bathroom and be sick? And you feel lightheaded and you're taking deep breaths, and then you're thinking, oh no, I might hyperventilate. So you don't know. You might have to get a bag, right? You might have to go get a bag. Breathe in the paper bag, not a plastic bag. Get yourself settled down. This is what you do when you're scared to death that somebody is going to see you make a mistake. Your butterflies are telling you this is a crazy idea and now is not the time. You need to do this next week or the week after that. Or maybe you should do it next year when you come back. This is what you do. You lean in. You push against that resistance and you do it. You do it anyway. Do it afraid. Do it afraid. Your head might know it's not rational. My head knew it's not rational to be afraid of this launch. Nobody's life is at stake, right? Nobody's life is at stake. What could actually happen? But we all know, don't we? That monkey brain that we've got, lizard brain actually, the lizard brain that does everything it can just to keep us safe, intervenes, tells us a bunch of lies, smoke and mirrors. None of it's true. We can know that here. And if we know this here, we can choose to take action in spite of the fear. That's called leaning in. When we lean into that feeling, something magical, it's not really magic, but it feels magic. Something magical happens. Whew, we're on the other side all of a sudden. We get past that terror barrier and, oh my goodness, things look better on this side of it. I can tell you this, I'm sleeping a whole lot better after that launch than I did the 2 nights before the launch. Why? Because that terror was building up in me, telling me, don't do it. It's too risky. Don't do it. Not now. It's not ready. I'll tell you what, that's the lie that your fear will tell you. That's the sneakiest lie. It's not quite ready. It's ready. It's ready. You're ready. I'll tell you what, now's the time to do a thing. And you can make it better because, like my granddaughter Bria said to me this weekend as she was practicing on the monkey bars, and then this really high set of bars that it's like big holes in between them and 5-6 feet up off the ground, and it's terrifying if you're 3 feet tall. And she was navigating that, and she kept saying to me, practice makes progress. Yes, it does. Practice makes progress. And as she got to a point on those monkey bars that she was navigating, and she looked down at the ground and she saw how far it was. She looks at me and she says, I'm scared. And you know what I said? Because I'm a coach. I know. It's okay. It's okay to be scared. Keep going. And that's what I'm saying to you. It's okay to be scared. Don't be surprised that you're scared. Lean in to that fear. Lean into it, because when you push past that fear, everything good is on the other side. Your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, the impact you want to make, is all on the other side of that fear. And I am so grateful for my family who was so encouraging to me as I was preparing to launch this program, for my coach, Michelle, who was so wise and open-hearted as she listened to me and helped me to navigate my fears, my reservations, so that I could lean into that feeling. This is what you don't do. When you feel that feeling, those butterflies, that lightheadedness, I'm going to tell you what you don't do. You do not turn and run. Do not run away from that. And if you have run away from it, it's okay. You can come right back up. You can come right back up to the plate. You can still do it. Just because you turned and ran once doesn't mean you can't do it. Follow it through the next time. But I will tell you this, if you choose to lean into that feeling, to push into it, to say, I'm not turning around. In fact, that's interesting. Because that's what leaning in really, really is. This idea of leaning in is so powerful when you're a growth-minded person. When you're a growth-minded person, the idea of leaning in is understanding that when we feel that discomfort, that cognitive dissonance, that idea that conflicts with what we always believed, where that disconnect happens for me. This is so crazy, but well, it's not crazy, but it'll seem small to some of you, and others you are going to go, oh yeah, I get it. Where I bump up against that feeling of almost like butterflies and like I'm doing something wrong, this nagging sense of I'm not doing it right. I get that feeling when I don't finish everything that's on my plate. I am a full-grown adult who purchases my own food. And if I leave something on my plate, I feel this sense of something's wrong. You can't do that. And so for years, I just gave into it and finished it off, right? Even if I was full, even if I dished up too much. And now what I'm learning in the over the course of time is I am changing my eating habits, what motivates me to eat, how I eat, when I eat, how much I eat, what is it I'm eating. I realize that I need to lean into that feeling of guilt, if you will, that I'm not finishing everything on my plate, and get curious about it. What's going on? Why does that make you feel bad? Why is it better to eat it and feel sick than it is to give it to the dog so he can be happy? That feeling, those butterflies, the lightheadedness, that's extreme. It doesn't always hit us like that, but that feeling, you can lean into that feeling and get past it. You will find it disappears as you lean on it. Leaning into that discomfort. That's how we grow. We grow by leaning in. So let me see. We've got some good stuff here. We got some comments. Oh, Carol liked this. Carol liked practice makes progress. She says it's embedded in her mind. Yes, practice makes progress. What a great phrase. So much better and so much more accurate than practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect is about a fixed mindset, right? We're striving for perfection. There's a finish line. The growth mindset says practice makes progress. I can get better and better and better. And I see Cassandra Mancour is here, and I'm just going to show you her lovely little face and picture, and she's waving to everybody. And I believe Cassandra's in Tennessee. So welcome, Southerners. Glad you're here. So let me ask you, where in your life are you experiencing that terror barrier? Where are you experiencing that feeling of this is new and I'm not sure I want to look at it that way? I'm not sure I like that idea. I'm not sure I want to try that new thing. I'm not sure I want to work that new shift. I'm not sure I fill in the blank. Where is that happening for you? I'd love to know. Where are you experiencing the invitation to lean in? The invitation to lean in. I loved what Adam, one of my fellow BNI networking group members said. He said that he used to feel that feeling every Wednesday before the BNI meeting. Every Wednesday before the BNI meeting, he would, before he had to do his mini presentation to talk about his business, he's in roofing, he would get really nervous and really butterflies, and it was hard for him. And fortunately, he turned to a coach and said, hey, coach, can you help me do this? And I was more than happy to help. And so he doesn't have that feeling anymore, which is awesome. He probably gets it in other places, and he can apply those same skills to those new situations. This is the real deal, people. This is the real deal. If we do not embrace the feeling of leaning into discomfort, it means we're not growing and we're not changing. You've heard me say before that we need to get uncomfortable being uncomfortable, and that uncomfortable feeling often is just unfamiliarity, right? It's just new. Somebody else has been this route before and it was safe. It's just new to us. So that discomfort is often unfamiliarity. That unfamiliarity, that uncomfortable feeling, That's your red flag invitation to say, hey, over here, you need to lean into this feeling. This is a good place to be. Because when we're leaning into that feeling, we're growing and stretching. We're growing and stretching. So I've spent this week on that roller coaster of anticipation, anticipation, anticipation. Oh my gosh, I don't think I can do it. Yes, I can. And we're off to the races. And it has been an exhilarating ride so far, but it has definitely reminded me that I walk with the mortals. We're all walking the same walk together. Whatever it is that we're looking at that's new and different, it will inspire unfamiliarity, discomfort, sometimes out and out terror. And we can lean into that, explore it, get curious about it. And that allows us to push against that paper terror barrier, poof, and off it goes. Off it goes. All right, so here's Carol said she's sharing now where she's been bumping up against that feeling of discomfort. And here's what she says: going from being an independent contractor to a business owner so I can build a legacy that will be worth something on paper. Carol, she says, I may be describing it wrong, but working towards something that will be worth more in a few years. It is a bit scary. Well, congratulations. Well done. Yes, it can be a bit scary because you've never gone down that path. But congratulations for leaning in. And you used a key word there, Carol, that is going to help with every step of that journey from being an independent contractor to being a business owner. And this is what it is: building a legacy. A legacy that will be worth something on paper, but it's not just on paper, is it? When we build a business, it's worth something because it adds value to people, and it can continue to add value when we are no longer in charge of it. That's pretty much what a business is. Congratulations and well done leaning in to that feeling of discomfort. And what are some of the ways that we can help ourselves to lean into that discomfort instead of running away? One of them is to get educated, right? And I happen to know Carol because she is, I know her for many reasons, but one of them is because she's in our Livestream Leadership Mastermind. And so I know a bit of her story. But I also know that she's been taking advantage of webinars and training programs that have been advertised on Facebook from people that she trusts, that they've said, hey, step in here. We're going to show you what it takes to do XYZ. That's been happening a lot since COVID hit, especially, and everything has gone virtual. So many opportunities to get educated. When we have some knowledge, it allows us to take the first step and we can feel more confident in it. So getting educated, a great way to lean in, learn more about it, ask more questions. Don't be afraid to learn more about something and ask questions about it, because it doesn't mean you're going to do it. All right, hear me out. Getting information about something, asking more questions, leaning into that feeling of discomfort, but being curious about it doesn't mean that you're going to go ahead and do it. Nobody says you have to bungee jump off of that cliff in Hawaii just because you found out how much it cost and what it was involved, right? There's a lot of steps in between. And at any time, you will have the choice to either take another step closer to that, or based on the information you've gained, you might take a step back. You are still in charge of making those decisions. So don't be afraid to get more information. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid, because the more information you have, the more prepared you will be to take a step. That doesn't mean that you have to know 10 years worth of information about whatever you're doing and take 20 years to research it all. You can get enough information to take the first step. And Carol wrote that down. Thank you, Carol. That is absolutely it. Taking the first step. Taking the first step. That's all you need, is the courage to take the first step. And then you take one more. And then, based on what you know, you lean in and you take one more. You can do this. You can do it. I'm telling you, those feelings that you're having that are saying, oh my gosh, it's too soon. You can't do it. It's scary. Don't stop. Those voices, they do not have your true best interest at heart. Those are the voices that are trying to protect you and keep you safe. But there is a lot of wisdom in Bria's advice that practice makes progress. You try it, see how far you go. And also in the acknowledgement that I gave her as she was honest with me about her journey, her 4-year-old journey on the playground. She was honest about it. She says, Seema, I'm scared. I'm scared. I know you are. It's all right. You can still do it. You can do it scared. She can do it scared. I found out I can do it scared, and I will continue. You can do it. Whatever it is, you can do it scared. You're awesome. You are awesome. And the reason you're here listening to this broadcast tonight is because you have something you are wanting to do, and fear and embarrassment and fear of failing has been constricting you and keeping you from taking just one step. I want to know, what is your one step? What one step do you need to take next? Drop it in the comments. If you want me to, I'll pray for you for sure. If you want me to just be with you, to just stand with you and know this is happening. Something new and good is getting ready to go on. If you would like some of that support, this is a great place to get it. We're here to cheer you on. I'm here to cheer you on. Thank you so much for trusting me to cheer you on. Jot down those questions, jot down those comments. I will continue to monitor them. So amazing to see you here. Cassie, I'm glad to see you. I haven't seen your face in a little bit. It's been awesome to have you here. And for the rest of you who maybe are watching this on a recording, it still stands. Now is the time to do the next thing that you know you need to do. Little step. Just take one. Watch what happens to that terror barrier. It's pretty amazing. Looks so strong, and it turns out it's nothing. It's nothing. For those of you who it maybe resonated with you when I said that I'm building a program, a monthly membership program for people who want to be confident leaders, effective leaders, and inspired leaders. If that sounds like you, if you've got a dream that you want to lead yourself to fulfill, or maybe you're leading a team and you're laying awake at night and you think to yourself, they hate me and I don't know what I'm doing and things are getting worse, not better. If that's how you're feeling, I'm here to tell you the Livestream Leadership Program is exactly what you need to get that confidence, to become effective, and you will get weekly inspiration. It's going to be amazing. If you think you would like to be a founding member of the Livestream Leadership Program, just drop that in the comments, or you can send me an instant message or a direct message, a Facebook message, and let me know that you want to be in. It is $10 to start as a founding member. So for $10 a month, you can be confident, be effective, be inspired, sharpen your saw with other people who are on that same journey at different stages. Some people who are seasoned leaders and who are great at it. Some people who are just learning how to start their own business and they're not quite sure how that works. All different levels of people coming together so that we can sharpen each other, learn some new skills, get some tools for those tricky situations that we're in, and keep leaning in so that we can lead on, influence people around us, and level up, keep getting better. That's what it's all about. If that sounds like something you're interested in, if you'd like to be a part of that, just send me an instant message or a Facebook message. You can type it here in the comments. I'm in. I will put you on the list. I'll be sending out information about how that works, how you can get signed up, and you'll be able to start. Yay! It'll be awesome. I love you all, truly, truly do. Mwah! God bless you. Have a great night. Bye.